FIFA HD, and welcome back to yet another episode of my skill move tutorial series where I show you how, where and when to perform a skill move in FIFA 21. Today we are learning the drag to heel in FIFA 21. Quite a good skill move to get good angles to make a pass and make a play. It's not the best inside the box, although I will explain that a little bit later, but without further ado, let's get into the intro and let's get into how to perform the drag to heel in FIFA 21.
Griezmann, three men around him, but somehow finds some space. Ronaldo, fantastic, opening the drive back.
Ronaldo on the ball. He's made himself
Just control. The control displayed there is absolutely ridiculous. The Elastico on the goal line. On the goal line, the finest of...
We talked about Aussie FIFA. He's not here to make up the numbers.
What you're going to need to do is hold down L1 or R or LT on Xbox and then flick back once and then flick to the side, either side, once. So we're talking degrees. What you need to do is obviously hold down the L1 or the LT button. Then what you're gonna need to do is flick back once, so 180 degrees. You're gonna need to flick back 180 degrees once to where the player is facing, and then either 90 or 270, or if we're talking from a clock perspective, either 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock, so either side of where the player is facing, and essentially they will perform the drag to heel depending on what sort of direction you guys have triggered the player to go. So once again, excuse me, I'll go through it. Essentially you need to hold down LT or L1 depending on what console you are, then flick back 6 o'clock or 180 degrees depending on where the player is facing, but 6 o'clock or 180, and then either side of where the player is facing, so 90 degrees to 70 degrees or 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whichever way is, or whichever sort of is easy for you to understand, and they will perform the drag to heel. As you're seeing in front of your screen, it's quite easy to perform once you do get the angles down pat. And yeah, let's move into the next segment. Moving into where you should perform the drag to heel in FIFA 21. I have found the best place to use this is in the midfield, but also out on the wing. In terms of in the box, I wouldn't use it. There's other skill moves that you guys can use to get into a position to score a goal. In terms of using this though in the midfield and out on the wing, it's very good. And the reason why I say this is because you can get the angle to make a pass. Sometimes your defender or the opponent that is defending against you will cut off a passing option. You can use the drag to heel to obviously change direction and then make another pass to where the player is open. It's also good for when you're out on the wing and you see a player running in behind on the defensive line. You can use the drag to heel to pass it into them and make a play. It's very good for changing direction quite quickly and making that pass. That is what I have found with this skill move in FIFA 21. Although you can use it in the bots, I wouldn't recommend it. As I said, there's other skill moves for you guys to use in the bots to get a better angle to shoot. But if you can use this in the midfield and the wing to make a play and make a better pass, then this is when you should use it. But I won't go into that too much. Let's get into the next segment of actually when you should use this skill move. Moving into when you should perform this skill move, I did touch a little bit on it in the previous segment, but essentially when your opponent is cutting off a passing lane to a player that you were going to pass to, you can use it then, or use this. This is when you should use that skill move to then obviously change direction and make another pass. Another time is when your opponent is actually right in front of you. You can use this skill move to bring it back, go to the side and get away from him. You can use another skill move afterwards, maybe a stroop turn to get away from the opponent, but essentially it allows you to change direction so that you can keep the ball away from him. Okay, and this is when you should use this skill move. That is all really I have found is helpful with. It is good for making plays, don't get me wrong. In terms of in the bots, I wouldn't use it, okay, because you can use other skill moves. But that will signal the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Drop a like, hit the sub button, and be sure to follow me on Twitter. The link will be in the description down below. I do post on there when I have another episode coming up, so be sure to keep posted on there. But as always guys, I hope you have a good day. I'm out, have a good one, and peace.